Hello everyone, this is Wild Quill from the Arvis Games team, and welcome to a new episode of Roundscape Unscripted. It's been about 4 months since the last video, so I figured it is time for a new update, hopefully right around the holidays, and just a way to kind of touch base with people on what's going on. Before we dive in, please be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can keep up with all of our new videos. We have a bunch of stuff in the new year, about Roundscape, about Aranus, Uprising, as well as Banished. So we have a very full year planned ahead for 2018. Very excited. And basically, if you guys are subscribed to this channel, we'll try to keep you guys up to date with new trailers and all that good stuff. So be sure to hit that button. Alright. To begin with, I want to talk about Roundscape Adarevia. And we have a new patch. It's a version 3.08 currently. And this update, it's a big one, and it's basically chock full of all sorts of updates and improvements. One of the biggest ones is kind of a quality of life. There's a lot of quality of life improvements, but the biggest one is that we are working on fixing the gallery. And I don't just say this as we are doing it. It has been done. It has been fixed up. Excuse me. And when I say this, we're not, we're still working on it, and it's not like we're going to fix it. It has been fixed, not completely, but it has been fixed up to the point where it is a much more functional. We have added a lot of scenes. We are still adding scenes, but basically with this new update, when we set it up where old saves would not work on 3.0 and future updates, it's an inconvenience, but it does allow us to sort of negate some of the issues that were happening with the gallery. So we are moving forward, and hopefully soon enough all the gallery will work exactly as it's supposed to. We definitely know that that is something people really enjoy in games like Roundscape, so it is on our plate. We are working on it, and we hope that in the coming months it'll be perfect as it should be. And just an additional patch notes to go over. Wanted to kind of go over just in case anybody hasn't gone through it. We have 3 different types of guards now available for your castle. We have the bond guards, who were created sort of the mechanical guardians created by the dwarfs. You can get dwarf guards themselves, as well as getting Nextalum guards. So you can get the redskin Nextalums from Ornace. And so you get 3 new types of guards for your castle. Like I said, the gallery has been updated. The engine itself has been updated, which is a really good thing. We're now from 1.3.1, we are now at the 1.5.1 version of the MV engine. So that's really cool. It basically offers us a lot of improvement on performance, so we were very excited to go through that. And that was all part of when we polled people on whether or not to get rid of the old save functionality when we moved to 3.0. So I think it does suck, a lot of people, they don't have the time to start over again. We realize that it's an inconvenience, but it is for the greater good of the game that we did this change, and now we have a lot more higher functionality. Continuing on with our updates, we have a new user interface. Basically, we've changed up our conversation design, I think, for the better. So you now have the character portraits on the upper left, and kind of just a new tweak on the conversation, which is really cool. Information box, basically there will be highlighted words, kind of like lore words, location words, and if you right click on those, it'll kind of give you guys a little snippet of lore about that race, about that location, about that weapon. So it kind of just helps people to kind of keep all the details, which is really important, given all the story and all the lore that has gone into Roundscape. I think this is a very nice, it's a small change, but it's a good change. We also have a hide GUI function. You just press F and that'll hide the user interface. Difficulty system. We now have easy, normal, hard, and impossible modes for players to get into. So I think that's really cool. Just add, replayability and functionality to the game. I know it's something that some people want. And I think it's a really good improvement. And something else really big is a new game system called Item Augmentation. So this is really cool that Cal worked on, and basically it adds items such as orbs, glyphs, spears, and marks, and you can use these to basically customize armor and weapon to kind of fit your individual playstyle. So I think this really comes out very well. Again, for like replayability and people who want, some really cool savage burning sword. Different items include stuff like wind orbs and void orbs. We have thunder glyphs, rage glyphs, marks of the hero, blood spear, arcane spear, all sorts of different things to basically customize your weapons and armor how you want to do it. So I think that's really cool. Looking forward to testing that out myself. Basically, these drop with weapons, when you kill them. So that's really cool, and you should be able to get your hands on them as you guys are playing the game. New area of effect mechanics. So we have a whole new rework on that, where basically you don't have. It's not just like random enemies. You guys kind of get to pick and choose specific areas that you're going to unleash your spells on. We have things like barriers now, which give you guys a shield with certain weapons and glyphs or spells. We have the taunt mechanic has been improved upon, and the mystic class has also been reworked. In addition to all these game changes, we have some fun elements. The writer Hooked on Phoenix came up with a new little kind of hidden thing called Lecherous Nexil Maid. Play on a popular series from another popular series, and you guys can find that book throughout the world. So I think it's something really cool for people to check in. And of course, this wouldn't be Arvis team, it wouldn't be Calio if there wasn't some secret stuff for you guys to find. So I leave you guys to find the secret stuff that he left behind. But of course, we always like throwing in some secret stuff for people to check out. So yeah, that's basically a lot of the updates to Roundscape that we've been working on. So really good change with that. Moving forward, we have Aranis. So team's really been really focusing on kind of the end of the storyline for that game. And it's been really cool because we've been working on basically just hacking it away until, we had the ending that we were satisfied with. We're still fine-tuning everything, but we are getting closer, and it's really exciting because I personally haven't been writing, the ending content for a game for a while now. The end of Roundscape, we worked on easily past a year ago, I think now. So it's really cool. It's like you've entered the swan song time for at least Aranis. It's really cool to get to this point because I personally, I've only worked on, Roundscape that had actually got to that point before. So getting to be on Aranis from the start to finish has just been really a cool experience. Of course, it's not to say we're going to close the door on Aranis or anything like that anytime soon, but it's really cool just to find that point where we're going to be satisfied that this is the end of this adventure. So, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it. Our artist, Menno Zariath, has been working round the clock and doing an excellent job of creating incredible artwork for scenes and character art as well. Basically, all of the sort of character art and scene art you guys see, that is all them, and that is all their artwork. So commend them just on a great job that they've been doing, because without them, Aranis would not be poised as it is to be this kind of game. And of course, we have Calio spending time almost every week basically fine-tuning the game's system. And our goal is to kind of really give you guys something unique with the system, just to kind of show how far we've come with our game design. And I'm really excited for you guys to get your hands on it sometime in 2018. And yeah, I think it's just it's gonna be different, definitely. I just think it's gonna be something though that, while it is different, it is something that is still engaging and something you guys can enjoy. So I'm really looking forward to that. And just talking a bit more about character stuff. We recently, in case you guys missed it, we did a whole Patreon spotlight on Ilona. She is the blue-skinned Quonai doctor, who is one of the gladiators you can choose. And basically this has been our first time kind of showing off a bit more of the details about a certain character, as well as their kind of place in the universe, what has kind of driven them to go to the planet Vastonas, and Vastonas is where the arena is located. So that spotlight kind of shows, what brought a doctor, what made a doctor change their mind and become a gladiator. So be sure to check out that spotlight if you haven't already. We are also planning to have, hopefully, the next character spotlight. I believe it's going to be Armada. So the next character spotlight should be in January. We might even do a twofer. We might even do, Armada and Jenna, which I think would be really cool. It just depends on how certain things work out. But we'll definitely have those character spotlights just to kind of show you guys more information about the characters, because these are going to be characters central to your playthrough. And also just, show off more about the universe that you guys are going to be stepping into. So we're very excited about that. We're also going to have another kind of, state of the game post. It's going to be about, the storyline sometime in between now and release. And of course, we are going to have a new trailer that is more focused on gameplay. So we have tons of stuff for Aranis coming out in the new year. I'm very excited about it. And during this section, we'll be showing off to some of the artwork and some of the pixel artwork. We've been very grateful to have some really talented people working on Aranis, and I cannot wait for you guys to dive into it. Alright, now we've come to the superhero section of the show, so our next major game update might change. You never know how things will end up, but it should be Uprising Episode 2. So this is the second episode to our earlier episode of 1 for Uprising. Uprising, for anybody who is not familiar with it, is basically all about, a world with superheroes, and there's kind of this new power going on. So something's kind of, I don't want to spoil it too much, but something is changing the balance of power. So various groups are involved in this kind of conspiracy, and we had one central character in it last time, and we're going to continue that storyline, trying to unravel and get some answers for what was going on in episode 1. And we have 2 new characters who are going to be playing a very important role in episode 2. And these characters are Jamie and Lex, and they're basically going to kind of be helping the main player character to, on their journey. And these guys, they're partners, and they're both very skilled agents. And they worked for one group in the past, and now things have kind of changed, and you guys will find out as you play through the game, what their new motivation is. But in them, you will kind of see these different elements of, the story, the lore of the game itself, as well as definitely 2 interesting characters that will play well with interacting with your character, as well as, scenes and different things like that. Jamie already had her own Patreon spotlight, but she's kind of this wild card infiltration expert. Lex himself is kind of more of a grounded soldier, but he still has his own stuff to deal with as you guys go through Uprising. So definitely looking forward to having that one. The writer for that one has been hooked on Phoenix, so he's been definitely working hard on all the storyline and encounters for that game, so I think it's going to be really cool. And yeah, just can't wait for you guys to dig into it to see how the story continues with episode 2. Before we close off this time, I definitely want to spend some time talking about Banished. I say it's like our newest game, but it's definitely kind of been talked about in the previous months, but we finally have now done a character spotlight for the main character, as well as the first trailer for that. So if you haven't checked out that, it's really cool. First showing of kind of what to expect, which is really cool because we've been working on it for some time now. And the writers for that are Nampites. Artist for that, main artist is Matinee, and Calio is doing all the gameplay for that. So it's really cool. It's really coming together quite nicely. And check out these character spotlights. We're trying to make sure we do a bunch of them. Try to do something kind of that nature, once a month for Patreon, just to show off what we're working on. But for Val in particular, it kind of shows you guys what to expect from her when Banished comes around. And I think it's going to be something it's going to be a different experience, definitely from Roundscape. It's still in kind of that medieval fantasy setting, but it is a completely different brand of game. So definitely looking forward to that. If you guys haven't already, be sure to check out the trailer, check out the Patreon spotlight. And yeah, let us know what you guys think. What you guys think about the character. What you guys think about the trailer. We're always looking to hear what from you guys. So yeah, basically all I wanted to cover with this update, just to show you guys some of what is to come in the new year. So we're all really looking excited to it. I hope you guys all have a good end of the year yourself as we go into this new year. And basically just hope that you guys are continuing to enjoy all the stuff that the Arvis Game Studios team is working on. We are working hard. We work hard to get you guys cool stuff for you guys to enjoy. So we hope we are continuing to live up to that goal, and hope that you guys continue to support us and our games, because without supporters like you guys, we couldn't get to do the great stuff that we get to do. So thank you guys again, and I hope you guys have a great new year.